Today, Judge Aileen Cannon significantly raised the chances that Donald Trump's trial in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case will be delayed. And she did it with a one-paragraph order. There it is, all 10 lines of it. Now, special counsel Jack Smith had requested that Judge Cannon set a deadline for Trump's team to tell prosecutors what classified information they plan to use in this trial. And they want that deadline to come fairly soon in order to keep the case on track for trial in May. But in this order, this 10-line order, Judge Cannon says that she will not set that crucial deadline until next March. And that is raising red flags among legal experts. It means a May 20th trial start date is looking less and less likely, which could give Trump the delay he has been desperately seeking since the very start of this case. Remember, it was not even a week ago when Judge Cannon said she was keeping the May trial date for now, but also leaving her options open to changing that date in the future. And waiting until March to make her final decision here could impact at least one other Trump criminal case that is still in search of a court date. Joining me now is Barb McQuade, MSNBC legal analyst and a former U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Michigan. Barb, thank you for being here. Walk me through the implications of waiting until March to make some of these very important decisions.
Yeah, you know, there's nothing illegal about this order, but I think the reason that so many people are concerned about it is, as a practical matter, it really does seem inevitable that this will delay the trial date. The issue here is the CIPA hearing. CIPA stands for Classified Information Procedures Act, and it requires the defense to notify the government which, if any, classified documents it will use at trial. That's so the government can figure out its strategy, can get clearance from the intelligence community and other things. And normally, 30 days is plenty of time to do that. In fact, counting backwards from a May trial date, 30 days would only be April. So no problem, right? But the problem was identified in Jack Smith's pleading, which said over 5,000 documents that are classified have already been produced to the Trump team. And so realistically, to get the notice of what's being used only 30 days out would just not be enough time to do all the things they need to do to get ready for trial. There have to be motions and responses and a hearing and then a strategy about that. So what they asked for is to set that date in December so that there'd be plenty of time to work through that. I think by saying we're not even going to set the date until March, the judge really is sort of tacitly confirming that there's just no way this case is going to go to trial in May.
Is she also tacitly confirming her potential allegiance to Donald Trump here? I mean, how do you read the tea leaves on this? Is this indicative of a judge whose sympathies are really in line with those of Donald Trump's?
I don't know. It's difficult to, assess a motive to somebody. It does seem to cause you to scratch your head, though, a little bit. You know, most judges want to keep their dockets in order and will do anything to kind of push the parties and keep things moving. It's usually the parties who seek delay because they're just so busy, and the judge who tries to keep things moving. And so here, this delay, it's hard to figure out what the logic of it is, and perhaps that is one theory behind it. But it does seem that it is building in an ability to delay the trial. Now, delaying the trial past May doesn't mean you have to delay the trial past November, which is certainly what Donald Trump will want. It could be a trial in the summer or the fall, but hard to see how that trial takes place in May without addressing these CIPA issues until March.
But, Barb, does Trump not actually have a case to be made that it's going to be hard to be in a courtroom in the fall of a presidential election year? I mean, is there not some credibility to that argument?
Yes. And, I think one thing that you often see in criminal cases is incremental delay in a trial date. And maybe that's Trump's strategy here. And maybe Judge Cannon is going along with that. You know, the first delay is till June, and then there's a delay till September. And then at some point he says it's too close to the election. It would, taint my ability to campaign effectively. So I imagine we may see all of that play out as that election date approaches.